morning, ladies, and welcome to another Coffee and Cards. We're on round 2 now, so we finished with Family Party and we're now moving to Celebrate Sunflowers. And you all have got your kits by now. So the basic kit was the Stampin' Write markers with the in colours, the 2020 to 22 in colours, and then your stamp set. And then some of you have upgraded to include the dies, which I actually keep with my stamps. And those are the dies. You don't actually need these. You don't have to have them to do this class, but I have used them. You'll just need to do a little bit of fuzzy cutting in the later ones, not today. The other thing you're going to need is a Memento black or any sort of black ink pad. I like the Memento because we are going to be doing colouring on some of the cards, and the Memento doesn't bleed, either for alcohol or water-based markers, which is great. So definitely need one of those. And then today, pop them to one side. This is the card we're going to make. So I've actually provided you with all the die cuts here. Some of them you might just need to pop out some of the little circles, just to make sure everything's out, and then that's layered on top of a die cut piece of DSP, using the sunflower dies. And then I've used oh gosh, what's it called? It's the textured embossing folder. It's like material. Nope, gonna have to look it up. I can show you in this catalogue. Oh, do you know, I can show you in the new catalogue, because this one is going out after the 4th of May. It's actually going out on the 6th, so new catalogue, my catalogue as we know. So, and it's towards the back are the embossing plates. And Tasteful Textile, there we go. There it is. So that's continuing to this year. It's quite a useful one for a nice neutral background, just gives a little bit of texture to the card. So it's not quite so plain, but you've not stamped anything. So, and then we've got Let's Celebrate You, and then on the inside I've continued with a flower and a piece of DSP, just to finish off the inside. And then we've decorated the stamps. Now with these ones, I've actually stamped them off. So these are actually the Tuxedo Black, but I hadn't realised they make a really nice grey. So that's just with one stamping off, so it's 2nd generation stamping, just to finish off that envelope for you. Right, so I've got almost everything. The just thing I need is a piece of scrap paper to do my stamping off on. So I'll just use normal copy paper, largely because I was finding the grid paper makes the camera go a bit funny. So I don't use the grid paper when I'm filming. I do use it when I'm stamping though, all the time. Right, so you've got your pack here. Coffee and Card, May 2020, Celebrate Sunflowers, card number 1. So I'll just undo that. So it's quite a quick card this, not a lot of stamping. There is a lot of gluing and positioning, but not much stamping at all. So I've got my coffee at the ready. I think I've gone a bit overboard on this. It's very strong, so it'll keep me awake. And we have a Crafty Cat. So the Crafty Cat sat on the windowsill as normal. She's either going to fall asleep or come romping across the camera, one or the other. So, right, so we have your envelope, book fold blank in Bumblebee, and then we have, these are the fine art papers, the ones with the flowers on, so they will have gone by the time you watch this, because the new catalogue will be out. So I've cut you a sunflower background, a sunflower in white, and then I've embossed that for you, as I say, using the tailored texture, and then some white pieces. And this bit here is for your stamping. Here she comes. Oh, she's got 1 foot either side of my charging wire. This is, oh, she's corrected that, that's fine. Come on. Come on, Dottie. Well done. Okay, off you go. Right. She'll be back, no doubt. And this time as you can see, there's some stamping. What I've actually used for the stamping is the Stampin' Write marker. So these are a great way of sort of getting your colours started, because you can use them to ink up a stamp. And to colour with and to write with. So there's two ends where there's a thin line. Oops. There's like a ball pen so that you can write with them. There we go. And then at the other end we've got a brush tip. So that's more for colouring, but that's also what I'm going to use to ink up my stamp. So if we start with some stamping, I'm just going to get the block. So I'm going to use this one, which is the smaller of the two long thin ones. It's an H. It's quite a useful one, and it's not as heavy as the bigger one. So I do like this one for this sort of size of stamp. And we need Let's Celebrate You. So thanks. Let's Celebrate You. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to pop that on the block. Nice and straight. I think that's straight. So, and then I'm going to use this end of my marker, and I'm just going to touch all the raised parts with the marker. Just carefully getting all the bits. And obviously it's not as quick as stamping, but to provide you with all 5 of those stamps, those ink pads would have made this class very expensive. Okay, so I'm just going over the raised parts, just gently. Didn't do that U twice. And then what I do is that we do the so you just on the stamp to re-moisten it, and I'm just going to test it on here. I'm actually testing it straight, and it is. Okay, so we'll pop the ink on again. Okay, just there. There we go, and we'll hut it again, and that just re-moistens it again. And we'll put it on the straight bit, and in the middle, and there we go. Giving the ink time, nice even pressure. Try not to rock it. There we go. Oh no! I've missed the top there. Let's do it again. Just making sure we get all of it. This time I'm going to do that bit a bit all again. I suspect it's more that I had it in an angle rather than I hadn't inked it. I'll be a bit more careful this time. Get the U. Okay. And this time I am just going to pop that down and make sure that I'm pressing down nice and evenly across. And there we go. Let's Celebrate You. Now while we've got this out, we'll do the envelope as well. Did the Let's Celebrate You on the envelope as well. I think, let's double check. Yes, I did. So I did that in the middle. So again, just gently inking up your stamp with the writing part of your ink, of your marker pen. Sorry, the brush end of your marking pen. It's because I'm inking up writing, I'm thinking that. Okay. And then again, we're just going to do in the middle of the flap of the envelope with the envelope open, so you're not getting it on any folds or anything. Again, just make sure I'm gently pressing down all the way. There we go. Super. Yes, because the problem with an envelope is you don't have the other side, so you do need to get it right first time. So okay, and then I just need to do the little sunflowers on the side there as well. So get a block. Ooh. My blocks are due for a really good clean. I actually cleaned them in Alka-Gel. So when we needed Alka-Gel, we actually already had some because I use it to clean my stamp blocks. But with not doing classes, I haven't had to do them for a while, so I think they probably all need a good polish. So I've got the small sunflower stamp, and I'm going to ink that up. As you know, the Memento ink pads aren't as juicy as ours, so you do need to wiggle them a bit to make sure that you've got the ink, and the ink's all nicely displayed on there. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to go off the envelope, so I'm going to stamp on, or stamp off there, and then I'm just going to add just to the side of that let's, I'm going to stamp again in the lovely grey. How gorgeous is that? Literally, I've only just found out that you can do that with these ink pads, and I've been using Memento Black for years. So, but it is a lovely grey. And again, so I've inked up again, stamping off, and then stamping on here as well. There we go. So, as I say, not a huge amount of stamping this time. That's it, that's your stamping done. So I'll just wipe off my stamps. There we go. Right, so we're now going to assemble the card. Okay, so I'll just pop that to one side. There we go. Put the ink away. And then we just need to ink up the little sunflower to do inside the card. So, and this time, I'll put my piece of paper this way. It's getting very messy now. And if you have a look on the inside of, well, you have a look on the inside of the card, I just did the yellow sunflower, or the bumblebee sunflower just in the corner there. So, what I've done this time is I've just coloured across, just with the side of your pen, just to pop some ink on this stamp. And make sure you've coloured all the way. Don't need to do the leaves because we're not going to use the leaves, but we are going to be using the rest. Okay. And again, a little huh. So, and with the leaves off the page, I'm just going to stamp that in the corner there. There we go. Nice even pressure. There we are. Not quite as dark as I did it last time. Must have put more ink on last time. So, we'll put that to one side to dry. Okay. Put your lid back on your marker. Always with a click, then they don't dry out. Oh, there it goes. I seem to have lost the ability to close it there. Right, so we're now building the card. As I say, a nice, easy, quick one today. So it's Thursday the 6th today. So for you lot, I'm pre-recording this. A week ago. I'm getting quite good at this, getting ahead. So the catalogue will have been live for a couple of days now. I know I've already got some big orders waiting to go in as soon as it goes live. So looking forward to seeing what sort of things you're going to be choosing. I've already chosen what we're going to be doing for the next coffee and card, but I haven't actually received it yet, so I can't just show you, but I can show you in the catalogue because I'm allowed to show you the catalogue now. So I'll just pop this together, then I will show you what I'm thinking about for the next one. Alright, just need to move that a wee bit that way. There we are. So that's just 1/2 centimetre smaller than the base of the card, so that would be 10 by 14.4, and then again this is actually about 1 centimetre smaller and goes flat. I think I'm going to, yeah, that's a bit more textured than that one. So you've got a raised, and then that's sunk in, but you can use either, but I'm going to glue on this side. Okay, I'm just going to glue that in place. Again, a nice even border all the way around before you stick it down. Really does look like fabric, doesn't it? Looks like it's woven. So that's a nice, it's a subtle effect. I do like it. Right, and now the puzzle. So I'll turn this upside down so we can see both. So you have these two do tessellate. They do go together. It's just finding what bit goes together, and I think, yeah, I use these three. So that one, and that one go, I think, and I'm wrong, nearly right there. Okay, so you've got two sticking out and a little point in between, and that's there. Okay, and then when you've done that, all the rest of them fit in. Okay, so, and then perhaps another point might be there. So it is just a case of twiddling until you find the right position. But when you have found the right position, everything just goes into place. It's a perfect match. So, I mean, you could offset them if you wanted. Don't think it, I'm not sure it should look as nice. I like it lined up. And there it goes again. So, remembering that, I need to glue it. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down flat and turn that like that so it's still in the same plane, if you like. And I'm just going to pop glue where there isn't the holes. So just a little circle of glue. Oops, went a bit nuts there. Just round there. Turn it round. Line up your points again. There. Okay. Making sure the whole flower is lining up. So just a bit off at the bottom there. There we go. That's it, perfect. Okay, and then just stick that down. There we are. All your backgrounds on this will be a bit different because of the nature of the designer series paper. You can see on my original one it was much darker than this one, and it's just the way that the brush strokes have situated on. So, but look equally good. So now I've just stuck that down flat, and no particular way. So, but you can pop it up on dimensionals if you want. So, oops, not lining down the glue, and just equally between the top and side borders. And again, I've just put glue in the middle so that these bits are slightly able to raise if they want. There we go. And then I've got my sentiment here, which is now dried beautifully, and that is just the right length to just go on here. So you can either, because it's got the flatter texture, because it hasn't been embossed, you can either lie it flat like that, or I'm just going to bump it up onto some dimensionals, which I have here. Haha, there's the goofy one. So I think I'll put this on 3 dimensionals, so 2, one either end and one in the middle. There we go. Let's celebrate you. So you can make this into a birthday card, into a congratulations card, you know, you've passed your driving test card, you've passed your exams, or just you are amazing. Let's just celebrate you. There you go. That goes on the front there, and then we just need to do the inside. So I've got my stamped sunflower in the corner there. So I'm just going to try and take the top off when it's already off. There we go. I'll just stick this in. It's up to you if you want to stick the DSP on first or stick the card in first. Probably I would normally do it the other way around. I'm not quite sure why I've done it this way. But it's up to you. There we go. I've got a smidge of glue on my hand. Okay, and then just to finish it off, we've got a nice strip of the DSP. If you were wanting to put a lot of writing or a big sentiment in the card, I wouldn't bother with the strip, because it does take up quite a lot of space. I think it's about 2.5 centimeters wide, so it's quite a big strip. But if you're happy you're not going to write pages, you're not going to be writing an essay, then keep with the strip. It looks nice without, just as pretty without. So I just thought I'd tie it in with the front by putting a strip on the back that won't come up. Okay, or a strip inside, should I say. And I just put that just inside, making sure it's straight before we glue it down properly. And there we are. So really nice, simple card, but effective, I think you'll say, for our first week. So there we go. So that's the one we've made today, and that's the one I made the other day. So, and I think that's really nice. I think anybody would welcome that card. So, and the envelopes, of course. Don't forget the envelopes, Linda. So, which are beautiful too. So as I say, a nice simple short one today, but simple to make again if you want to do, providing you've got the dies. If you haven't got the dies, you won't be able to do that, but if you've decided you do want to have the dies, then just give me a shout and I can order them for you. So next week, you can find, we're really going for it next week. So next week we're actually going to be making this one. So we're actually going to be doing colouring, using the Magenta Madness, which is a beautiful colour. That's a lovely in-your-face card, but we're doing a little bit of layered stamping here, which I'll show you how to do next week, which is really easy and very effective, I think you'll find. So, and let's get my catalogue out because I can show you this now. So my catalogue, and what I'm looking for is a hand-penned suite. So just bear with me a second while I have a look. Hand-penned petals are on page 105. If you've got your catalogue, if you haven't got a catalogue and want one, give me a shout. Because this video is open to anyone, so not just the people who've got the kits. So if you do want a catalogue and you haven't got one, just give me a shout and I'll send you one. Right, so This is just a beautiful sort of watercolour effect stamp set. So that's your stamp there, and then we've got lots of designer series papers that go with it. And it's lovely, and it's particularly it goes with loads of paint colours. If I have a look at the designer series paper pack, they've not shown it here. I think it goes with like 10 different colours. And again, it comes with a die set if you want, but you won't have to have it to do the class. So designer series paper, there it is, hand penned. It goes with Basic Black, Blushing Bride, Cinnamon Cider, Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Pale Papaya and Pool Party. So you're bound to have at least one or two of those colours somewhere in your stash. I'm looking forward to getting my products so I can start designing those for you. Right, so anyway, back to sunflowers. Here's this week's card. I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget to put a thumbs up at the bottom of the video if you have enjoyed it, and comment as well. I always answer any comments that I get. And if you want to order any of the products you've seen today, then give me a shout and I will help you sort that out. Take care. Have a lovely week. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next Thursday. Thanks a lot. Bye.